Hey y'all, and welcome to Politibrawl. My name is Brian, and y'all, I remember a time when we had a president that seemed to care about traditions. I remember a time when we had a president that cared about members who have fallen in battle, members of our United States Army Forces, and then knows how to properly treat someone who has actually had to deal with the death of a loved one for serving in combat. These moments are why I am still in the tank for Donald Trump.
Nobody made any effort to acknowledge.
I did.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, darling. I'll remember.
It really means a lot to me. It really does that you take that. And my son loved this country very, very much. And he gave his life painfully. Never cried out in pain or anything like that. Asked that his men be taken care of. And
What rank was he in?
he was a staff sergeant.
Right behind you,
and
sir.
not a general, not
okay.
anything like that. Just a staff sergeant, a platoon sergeant.
You take care of yourself.
Thank you so much.
You take care of yourself, okay?
I so appreciate you, and you too very much.
President
Thank
Trump,
you so
my
much.
son was killed in
Thank
action
you
on
so
9/11, 2008. He was a
Pardon
U.S.
me?
Navy SEAL
Absolutely.
And
Where?
A
in
yellow rose
Afghanistan
to remember.
on a night mission.
Hopefully there's no-
He was shot
Jimmy. He knew
going
he
in
was
the
going to
compound, and he
die.
saved his team.
He knew he
and
was going to
took
be
the hit,
killed,
and he died
and wasn't
that
coming
night.
home, and he asked you not to be forgotten.
You take care of him. He's looking down.
Jimmy
He's very
Mallett,
proud.
Thank you so much.
Just
Thank
Jimmy.
you for everything you're doing for the country.
You know, they're looking down. They're
Very much. Jimmy knew he wasn't coming home. Jimmy knew he
He knew
wasn't
it.
coming home, and he said he said, "Mama, I hope that people don't forget that I ever lived, and if you could remember just Jimmy, that would mean so much to
gonna
me.
remember right
I
here.
was a Marine as also, and a Marine and mother of a Marine. It would mean so much to me, sir.
We will do it.
Thank you so much. It means so
You
much.
take care of yourself, okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
He's looking down very happy. Thank you.
Can I have a picture?
Oh my God. Thank you, sir. Jimmy. Oh, thank you.
Take a picture.
Thank you so much.
Doing great things.
Okay?
Thank you.
Take care of yourself. Thank you, folks.
That's heartbreaking. But it's also heartwarming. That is the ultimate bittersweet video. That's a president who is helping people who are still a little bit in mourning. They've gotten over most of the trauma, but there's still that hole there. Because they lost a loved one that was willing to die for this country. And we do not treat our veterans that well. Donald Trump heard their cries and tried to do something about the issues that our veterans face constantly. For instance, our veterans hospitals are horrifically run. It's just for lack of a better word, a mess. Donald Trump tried to help clean up part of that process. I used to deliver medical supplies, and of the hospital that I wanted to visit the least, it was always the VA hospital. And it's not because it was dirty. It was because I felt it wasn't because the place itself was dirty. It wasn't because the doctors weren't good. It wasn't because some people weren't doing their jobs. Every hospital department needs sterile processing to run right, and most of them do a good job of that. But y'all, I hated going there, not because it was dirty, but because I felt dirty. Because I knew of the corruption, I knew of the lack of care, I knew that they would be constantly missing basic things that our veterans need. Y'all, times are rough. Record inflation is still not under control. We have a president who doesn't know what planet he's on, and the Federal Reserve continues to make dumb decision after dumb decision after dumb decision. You can gamble on Wall Street all you want, but if you want to diversify and protect your wealth, you need to look into my friends over at Colonial Metals Group. These amazing experts understand how to keep your wealth safe and protected from the volatility of our current market. And there's even a great deal for first-time accounts. Free gold and silver-backed IRA accounts, insurance on whatever precious metals you happen to buy for 5 years, up to $7,500 worth of silver, and a nice safe for you to keep all this good stuff in. So go take a look at their website, link in the description below, or call the phone number below so you can talk personally to Paul Stone, CEO, and his amazing team of experts to protect your wealth today. We need to clean this system up. What we do to our veterans is not fair. Furthermore, the kind of warfare that they've had to go through, they have had to deal with insurgency, which means basically you're running seek and destroy missions. You're going out hoping you can find the instigators of a fight, but at least before they find you, and take them out. That is a kind of pressure, a mental pressure, that as a soldier is the worst form of war. This isn't World War II, where we would line up in battle lines, have a few trenches, have our artillery over here, have our battle lines here, and you go after the enemy, you shoot them at 100 yards so you don't feel the guilt. No, this is guys driving in trucks and other vehicles, getting blown up by IEDs and mines or grenades or rocket launchers, and then hoping you survive that first encounter and that you're able to push back. We had the same exact problem in Vietnam, and that's why the current wars that we have been fighting today have been so horrific. Our medical abilities to save these men has gotten better and better and better, but it has left them with a loss of limb, it has left them with mental scars, and it has left them with a sense of destitution. I've known a couple of people who have served in Iraq and Iran. They don't like talking about the time that they served. They don't like talking about the things that they've done. These men have probably killed children and had to do it, or else their comrade in arms was going to take a shot. What we have gotten ourselves entangled to has been a horrific quagmire that, and by the way, I'll never forgive this mistake. We had Iraq under control, and then we had a policy that outlawed anyone that was in the Ba'ath Party. That basically meant these people not only lost their jobs, they could not re-enter society. When you are taking over a country, and this is the military side of me coming out, which by the way, I wish I could have served after college. I was simply too overweight. It's always been a bit of a problem. I've always had a dad bod. But I regret not serving. Would not have been able to serve anyways in my condition back then. But what I would have gotten into would have been horrific, and I know for a fact that I have had friends who have had to do horrific, unspeakable things, and it's left them in a bad position. What we do with our foreign policy is awful, and yet it's an attempt to do it for the good of the American people. Trump changed the way that game was played. And furthermore, you can clearly see in the video, he cares about the people themselves. Our current president does not have that ability. Our current president, Joe Biden, has always been a fundamental liar, a sociopath, and is someone who does nothing but try to manipulate his way to the top. He is now at the top. Granted, he's senile now. He is at the top, and he is not able to treat the American people with this level of dignity. This has to change. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed this segment here on Politi Brawl. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one, and until then, y'all have a good one.